I'm not one of those people who are hung up in the past. Like, I feel like a lot of women, we look for our towards our future, but I do feel like men, you guys are like really focused on like the past. So your girl could have been a porn star 20 years ago, and like somebody was just talking to me about this, and you didn't know about it, but then when you found out about it, you'll probably end up leaving her when you find out that she was a porn star.
Correct.
And it's nothing about who she is now. It's about what she did in the past. I think that's so stupid. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like people be too worried about what everybody else got to say.
Well,
When
Tyler,
all those
why
people
is
who
that
y'all are
stupid?
worried about don't pay y'all
Tyler,
bills
Tyler, why is that stupid for a man to feel that way?
because it was 20 years ago.
But did you let him know up front what you did in the past? I'm
It
not
shouldn't
saying you. I'm just
matter.
talking about the scenario.
Oh no, I'm just saying it shouldn't matter. If you care about that person and you love that person and you fell in love with who she is now, who she was in the past, shouldn't matter. I'm
Okay,
pretty sure
let
if
me give you a
something happened
scenario.
20 years ago and I met you 5 years ago, I'm not going to talk about what
Okay,
happened 20
Tyler,
years
let me
ago.
give you a scenario. Okay, what if a guy meets a woman? He's all clean cut. He doing good now. He making the money. Whatever. She gets married to him, right? Well,
Hmm.
what if down the line he didn't disclose nothing about his past at all and let her know everything about him? So what if, and I got to go kind of out there just to kind of to maybe give you a small equivalent. I know it's going to be outlandish. What if at one point in time in his life that he was LGBT, but then he said, okay, nah, I wanted to be with women, whatever, right? And
Hmm.
later down the line, some pictures come out of him with his boyfriend, right? And the
Hmm.
woman did not know, and it's something maybe she should have just he should have. Would she be wrong for saying, okay, I don't want to be with somebody that number one didn't tell me something like that? Two, is just I don't want to be with a man like that. Period. Will she be wrong?
You know what? And you're talking to a woman who believes that it is okay to experiment, and because I'm not one of those double, like, I don't like the double standards. So if as a woman I can say that I was bisexual at a time because I thought I was attracted to women, like I experimented with women, and after experimenting with women a few times I realized, hey, this isn't what I really like I feel like men should have that too. Now you're asking me, would it bother me if pictures of him came out about his boyfriend? Honestly, I probably ask him some questions and be like, okay, so are you still attracted to men now? Are you still sleeping with men now? If he was still sleeping with men as of this day, I wouldn't be able to be with him if he was still with me and sleeping with men. But if he did that a few years ago and videos and pictures come up, that's who he was and that's not who he is right now.
But the average woman, you may be like, okay, well, you ain't doing that no more. What? Okay, I still. But
But
the
the
average,
average women, I don't know, because I don't think like everybody else.
okay, other women that you know that's outside of you, do you think they will be cool with that, not knowing that kind of information?
Not knowing, I
Yeah, not
don't.
knowing because the deal about the guys is, let's go back to what you said about the guys. If the guy get with a woman, fall in love with her, whatever, he finds out later some pictures, movies, something come out that this woman was out here, doing adult films. He did not know it, and he probably get ridiculed so much about it. He probably want to leave, whatever. You say that's stupid. So
Mhm.
how? And I brought that scenario basically about the woman. So do you think the average woman would think, oh, I'm just cool with him or whatever? That's his past. Or would they leave?
Mm, if she thinks like me, she wouldn't leave. But if she thinks like the women who are worried about what everybody got to say and not about the friendship and the commitment that she made with that person, then, she'll leave.
So she'll leave. Okay. All right. So what I'm saying is, I think that whatever you did in the past, it is important because you did something and you need to disclose what it is. Now, I'm not saying everybody you date, you need to let somebody know about, but certain things that kind of stand out should be
Everything
kind of
ain't
brought
for
up front. That way
everybody.
that person makes the choice on being with you or not because they know.
Everything ain't meant for everybody.
But if you're proud of
Everything
what you
ain't meant for
did,
everybody.
it doesn't. You should be able to say, hey, yeah, 10 years ago I did that. You know, so nobody can come back later. Oh boy, your girl, man, I saw this picture. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, it's like, okay, so when I'm gonna be answering for this, I'm not gonna be talking for the general. I think it's stupid to leave somebody just because you found out about something that happened 20 years ago. I think personally that that's stupid for you to leave the person that you built this connection and stuff with just because of a choice that they made 20 years ago. Should it had it been brought up? Should you have a conversation about it? Yes, you should have a conversation about it. Is that just going to make you completely leave the person altogether? It would be stupid for you to leave them just because you found out about it. In my opinion, it would be
Right. Okay.
very stupid.
But you feel that most guys probably would leave a girl if he didn't know she had an OnlyFans account in the past.
Um, no, I don't think. I think some men. It's either you're gonna what I don't know. I don't know when it comes to the whole OnlyFans thing and men and how they think about it and what they want their woman to be, because I know men who are pursuing me in a very serious way, they are subscribed to my OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just about being open and honest about what you're doing, how you're doing it. At this present moment, it's so public. I have so many followers. I have so many people who know that that's what I do, that if you couldn't figure that out, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, I'm dating people who know me authentically. It ain't nothing that I'm hiding. So I'm not really in that boat. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
who I am and you know what I do, because I'm very, very vocal and public about me going into an OnlyFans. My OnlyFans, it didn't ruin my relationship. Um, because I had a boyfriend when I started my OnlyFans.
Really?
Now, yeah, I had a boyfriend, but I was also in a very toxic, abusive, like he was weird as hell. Okay. And when I started OnlyFans, he supported it when I entertained the thought of, okay, me and you can make money on my OnlyFans together. You know what I'm saying? He entertained that. But when I asked my followers, did they want content with me and a man, because I wasn't about to upload content of me and random men. Like, no, it was going to be me and my man. My followers told me, we don't want to see anything with you and another guy. It's going to kill it for us. So I was like, okay. So I told him, well, my fans, they really don't want to see me with a person. And after I told him that, they didn't, which, you would think that he would appreciate, you know what I'm saying? But he became upset at the idea. Now, all of a sudden, I was just some OnlyFans hoe to him and stuff like that. But in reality, I had to start the OnlyFans because he was costing me so much money.
7 years ago, I contracted herpes, but that's in my past. Don't worry about that. That doesn't matter. Oh, I used to date your sister 3 years ago, but that's in my past. Don't worry about that. That was before I met you. I didn't know you then. Now I know you. I don't believe that family reunions and family gatherings are going to be a problem. No, because that's in my past. Nobody's going to worry about that. Nobody's going to worry about the fact that they saw me with her a couple years ago or a few years ago or whatever the case may be. Nobody's going to say anything. They're going to be cool with that. Um, yeah, 10 years ago, I went to jail for murder. Well, who'd you murder? My wife. We got married last week. Oh, don't worry about it. That's in my past. Don't worry about that. You have nothing to worry about. Or, I cheated on you last week. But don't worry about it. It's in my past. We're talking about today. I didn't cheat on you today, though. Don't worry about it. You see how ridiculous that shit sound, what she said? You see how ridiculous that shit sounds? There is no room for secrets in relationships, which is the reason why women came up with this term, and it's called lying by omission. That means if you don't tell me exactly who you are, every piece of who you are, and it comes back to rear its ugly head later, I consider that a lie. It was almost used exclusively towards men. And then you started talking about how you wanted to be equal. And we started applying those things to you. We started applying those standards to you. You wanted us to talk. Now we're talking. You really can't take it. You can't stand it. All right? This woman, stuttering and stammering and deflecting and doing all of these things, couldn't answer very simple yes or no questions. Because she lives a double standard, that because she realized what she had said and what the purpose of her even being on this platform, and not only that, what she really thinks that once her career is over and she feels like she's done with OnlyFans, she feels like she's going to want someone to expunge her of everything that she's been doing and then date her as a regular person. Even though basically the world has seen her naked because she has an OnlyFans. When you apply all those things, you stop living in reality. Because all this not wanting someone to judge you but bring you in their life shit is ridiculous. You get judged every day by people you come across who want to have something to do with you, or they're deciding whether they want to have something to do with you. As I said, there's no room for secrets in relationships. So why do you think that you should have secrets about your past when you obviously don't let me have secrets about anything? You don't believe that I should have any secrets about my past, or whatever the case may be. Anything you want to know, you expect me to answer. So why do you get a pass? Why do you think, why does the body count question offend you so much? Why does how often you date offend you so much? Oh, certain things are not for certain people. You're in a whole relationship? But look at the example. Dude was acting weird because we discussed you getting into this business. And you made the suggestion that we do it together. And because you really didn't want to do that, you went and asked a whole bunch of complete strangers what they wanted to do after you've already had the conversation with him. You already didn't want to do it when you suggested it. Matter of fact, you were banking on him saying no. And when he said he was with it, you were like, "Oh, well, let me take it to my fans." And as a matter of fact, I'm not even sure that shit happened. Because when people watch porn, they want to watch porn. Like, they might like looking at you or whatever, but when people want to watch porn, they want to watch porn. Alright? So that shit doesn't even make sense to me. It doesn't even register to me. But when he realized that a bunch of strangers have more control and more say-so in your life than this man that you referred to as your boyfriend, then he was acting weird? No, you were acting weird from the jump because you put something out there that you didn't want to happen in the first place. And then when he was willing to ride for you and do the shit with you, you say what? I'm going to take it to my fans and see what they want to watch. Nah, baby doll. See, there's dudes like me who are smarter than that. Show off.